So Surah Shu'ara, we started last night. Again, as you can tell from the ayat and the rhythm, that this is again one of the earlier Meccan surahs. And as we will see, one of the ayats that come in later make it all the more definitive that it was in fact from the first few years of the prophethood of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. We find the surah beginning with, of course, the story of Musa alayhi salam, but then thereafter it goes back into the sequence of Nuh alayhi salam. And then, as we discussed in Surah A'raf as well, that there are the three pre-Abrahamic prophets and then the three post-Abrahamic prophets, and with each of them the call being the same, except the post-Abrahamic prophets, because of the maturation of the human society, because now human affairs are more intertwined. There is greater interdependency. Society as an entity in itself, beyond the individuals. In earlier society, the influence the individuals are having on each other is still restricted. Of course, there is interdependence, but for interdependence to be as structured as it became later on, to the point that any deviation in creed, in worldview, in tawheed, is necessarily going to have consequences at the level of community, at the level of society. So if there is a deviation with respect to the people of Lut in terms of their sexual practices, it is not just restricted to those practicing what they're practicing. It impacts more people at large. And so for the people of Madian, their economic corruption is not just restricted to the people who are corrupt and those being exploited. It has wider repercussions across society, and so with Fir'aun as well. And so as human society is becoming more and more developed and intertwined, the greater the consequences of credal deviations. And so we find with Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam as the last and final prophet, he brings it all together, and that there are these extensions or implications of tawheed in the social, economic, and political spheres that you cannot ignore. That any individualistic reading of religion that just wants to restrict it to a private affair, a personal affair, this kind of a secularization of reality. It's not just removing religion, it's just presenting a fragmented view of something that is an organic whole and artificially fragmenting it and presenting a caricature of it. As a result, we experience what we're experiencing in the world that we are living in. And so with the people of Lut, أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم, كذبت قوم لوط المرسلين, the people of Lut denied the messengers.